We are going to, as we always do, defend the Constitution of the United States vigorously in court. We will always respect the role of the judiciary. We will not engage in or stand for any sort of performative attacks that undermine the institutions that we are sworn to uphold. At the same time, we're not going to be intimidated. We're not going to be intimidated out of enforcing the law or doing our jobs or executing the goals and priorities that we have in this administration.
Intimidated by who? Who the hell is intimidating the Department of Justice? Who's intimidating Todd Blanche? This is such a load of crock to listen to this man stand up and lie. And tell me how they've defended the Constitution, my friend. Tell me where they've shown respect for the judiciary when they send their lawyers into courtrooms to blatantly present evidence that's not evidence. Help us understand why what we're hearing from this man at this time is incongruent, is dissonant, is out of step with what we see happening around the country by this self-same Department of Justice.
Yeah. So, Michael, I think you got the right point at the end there. The question is why? Okay, let's just start out with what we know. Donald Trump doesn't care about the rule of law. Todd Blanche has made it clear in various actions and statements in the past that honestly, he just wants to do whatever Donald Trump wants. You know, Elise, you mentioned the Ghislaine Maxwell and the Epstein files. Like, Todd Blanche is not one to mouth niceties because he feels like he needs to mouth niceties. Like, this is, to put it in the terms that Donald Trump will understand, this is his Roy Cohn, right? Mm-hmm. Blanche is capable of doing anything. So the question, Michael, is what you asked, which is why? Why at this moment does Todd Blanche feel the need? Why does he feel it required of him to give this speech that everybody knows is not true? Like, those of us who are up against him know it's not true. And frankly, those of the people in the MAGA right who are in the election denier movement, they know it's not true, right? So, like, why is it that he felt the need to do this right now? And I think it is because, as you say, we are entering a period now in the final weeks of the campaign in which the Department of Justice will be the tip of the spear. And they have suffered, and the lawyers are losing cases over and over again because the reputation of this Department of Justice is so low in the eyes of judges, in the eyes of the legal establishment, in the eyes of just ordinary Americans. And so I think Todd Blanche feels like he needs to do something here to bolster the credibility of the Department of Justice going into a time period in which they are going to ask judges to do extraordinary things. They are going to tell extraordinary lies, and they need them to be believed.
Mm-hmm. Mark, I have a DOJ reputational question for you here, but the reason I'm bringing the Kennedy Center up here is because of the Todd Blanche reputation. Just today, the Kennedy Center board decided that they were going to inscribe Trump's name on the side of the building. The board voted that they were going to restore and renovate by President Donald J. Trump under the building's name. This is a question of Donald Trump's unwillingness to let court losses get in the way of his desires, whether it be Lisa Cook, whether it be David Hurd in the reflecting pool, whether it be a court literally saying your name is not going to be on the Kennedy Center, yet he and his allies continue to push forward. Where do you see this going in the courts? And at what point do judges have more leeway to not even hear a case because they've already heard something like it just mere weeks or months earlier?
Yeah, look, I think there's a parallel to all these things. I think you're exactly right. It's like the Cook situation. It's actually like the very first question you asked me about the mail-in ballots, right? The 21 courts have told the Department of Justice, you don't get access to this voter information. So instead of just like accepting that, instead they try this other cockamamie thing with the Postal Service. So it's trying to evade these losses. And that is what, you know, we are going to see more of from this administration. And I think, though, you asked the right question there about what the courts are going to do. You know, Michael and I go way back on this, like back to last year. I was saying the courts need to stop giving the benefit of the doubt to the administration. Like, this is not a normal president. This president should not have the normal rules of the presumption of regularity. And it is not good enough that judges are, in some instances, finding that the administration operated in bad faith. The judges need to default to the assumption that when in doubt, it is likely that this administration is operating in bad faith. And what that means is exactly what you said. It means summarily dismissing their cases. It means taking aggressive action in holding people in contempt. I mean, you know, the judiciary needs to stop treating Donald Trump as if he is somehow mostly doing the right thing and occasionally over the line. He lives over the line and only rarely can look out on the horizon and see the right thing.